Hey guys, welcome back. This morning, I sorted 3,000 Lego pieces just to keep my son going because perseverance is built together. Let's get into it. Now, yesterday, my son, he wanted to do a new Lego set. This summer, he's really been into Legos and he calls himself the Lego master around the house. And so yesterday we went looking for a new Lego set. If you guys don't know, I've got a lot of Legos and I've been buying them throughout the years for this purpose of having my children persevere and build Legos, okay? And so yesterday he sounded like he wanted to do a really big set, okay? And so I suggested we do this set called the Mos Eisley Cantina. It's a Star Wars set. Now this set I had purchased in the past for myself to do, and it's pretty big, okay? It's 3,187 pieces. I mean, this thing has got, the whole cantina. It's got a ship over here. It's got a separate Mos Eisley building, and it's got like 20 different minifigures, so on and so forth. So pretty challenging set, even for adults. And I think the age on this is 18 plus. So now I've done this set in the past, and when I was done with it, I had taken it all apart, and I put each color in separate Ziploc baggies so that when I did decide to do this set again, it would be kind of organized, okay? So he was really excited, gung-ho about it, and had all the confidence in the world. And so he gets started on it yesterday. And, we dumped out each color. Each color was separated, which was pretty good, but it's 3,000 pieces, and that's overwhelming to try to find little pieces in each little step. Now, if you don't know about Lego, when you first open them, they come in bags, like labeled 1 through 20 or 1 through 10. Now this set in particular, I think has 18 bags originally. But now that I had done it and he's redoing it, there was no bags, okay? So all the pieces are just, in colored bags, and they're very difficult to find. And so yesterday, I kind of got hounded by my mother-in-law and my wife because he had gotten upset while I was working with not being able to find pieces. And that could be frustrating for a 7-year-old. Sorry, I had to think about my son's age. For a 7-year-old on an 18 plus build when there's no bags, all right? And so I kind of got hounded last night, and I was kind of like frustrated about it. Like they were really hounding me, and I said, well, let's just ask him what he wants to do if he wants to continue it, But then this morning I thought to myself, geez, he's 7 years old, and I could see how that would be frustrating. So I decided, as soon as I came downstairs, he was already at it. He was already trying to continue the build. And I said to myself, you know what? I need to take a step back, and I need to sort every single piece. I sorted all the colors and the pieces individually in little separate compartments and piles. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is because I want you guys to get an idea of what it really takes to help teach your children to persevere. Okay, I thought he was probably going to quit this build, and I think that would have lowered his confidence and lowered, his standard of perseverance in a project. So I gave him a little help. And the reason why I did this is because I don't want him to spend his time on, let's say, a smart device. I want him to keep continuing on doing this Lego build that's super big. And because if he accomplishes that, he's going to get the confidence to be able to do any bigger project, for example. There's even bigger Lego sets out there, But, when we look at things, we want to keep our kids off smart devices. So help them out. Give them that confidence. That little bit of help will get them to that next level. Accomplishing something big and complex, that'll build their confidence up and get them ready for the real world. Because the real world requires confidence to add value in this world. Another thing to consider is the attention span. Every generation, it seems like the attention spans just get smaller and smaller and smaller. And I want to make sure he's got the attention span to do large, complex projects that provide value for this world. Because As time goes on, projects are going to get harder and harder and harder. Every generation, technology becomes more difficult and more complex to deal with, and you got to be able to persevere. You got to be able to have confidence to persevere in this world. So that's reason number 3 why I wanted to step down at his level and sort all the pieces to help him out. And one of the things that I think you should consider as a leader in a company is to help individuals persevere. And how you're going to do that is you're going to break up complex projects into smaller units, right? Kind of like how I'm sorting this 3,000 Lego piece into smaller, more manageable units, organized so that you can get the job done, so that you can feel good about persevering. You know, he's 7 years old. Excuse me. He wants to have fun with this build. Now in the workplace, not everything is so fun, right? Everything's complex. It's overwhelming for most employees. But as a manager and a leader, if you want to make the money, if you want to be a manager, you got to break these projects up into little pieces. And then that way, people can feel confident that, hey, this is going to get done. Dan's leading us to the promised land of accomplishing our mission and making money in this company, whatever it may be. That's what leadership is all about, is being able to break up these projects and being successful in leading your team through that process and saying, hey, let's break this up, guys. Let's make this a viable solution, right? We may not be able to get all the parts in place all at once, but let's just take baby steps here and there. And that's kind of the way I thought about this massive 3,000 Lego set, is let's break it down into steps by sorting all the pieces. You know, Lego does it out of the box by breaking down the steps into little bags, bag 1, bag 2, bag 3. They know what they're doing. They know how to provide children with the steps it takes to build confidence and to persevere through the process. I mean, their instruction manuals too are really vibrant and colorful, and even they have little icons that show you like, oh, you're almost there, you're almost there. But in this case, I had already done the set and all the bags were gone. So I had to come up with at least something that was better than the bags that would at least help him along the way. And of course, I'm sitting down with him from time to time when he asks for help. He can't find a piece, or he's struggling with like sometimes he makes mistakes on the steps, you know. So I'll come in, undo a few things that he does, and then, you know, help him get back on track. That's what a manager would do, and that's what a parent would do, guys. I sat down for 3 hours this morning. You know, it's not something I wanted to do. I even skipped breakfast. Okay, I made my tea and I got started because I wanted to get him started so that he could have a good, productive day. And that's what you got to do as a parent, guys. You got to set aside the time and set them up for success. You know, whether it's an hour, 2 hours, dare I say 3 hours. That's what it took me to do this 3,000 piece separation. And that's what it is. That's what being a parent is all about, is setting up your kids for success. You know, I could sit by him all day and help him, but he likes to be really independent. And when you got an independent kid, you got to let them have their space, have their time to be successful. So anyways, let me know what you guys think too. You know, have you done this with your kids? Have you tried to set them up in little baby steps, maybe organize something for them? Maybe it's a craft, so on and so forth. These are things that parents do with their children to help them, guide them to success and help them be successful when they're, you know, turn 18, turn 21, and persevere through life. So anyways, let me know in the comments below what you guys have done, and like and subscribe to the channel if you could, and take a look at my previous video. And everyone, have a good day. Thanks. Bye.